Do you find you're spending way too much time in your creator business writing follow-up emails, tracking deadlines, and juggling all of those little admin tasks that just seem to suck up so much of your valuable energy? Well, today I want to talk all about managing projects as a content creator and an exciting new solution that I've been using in my business to streamline my process from initial outreach all the way through to invoicing. As many of you know, I have been a digital content creator for over 10 years now, and that means that for over a decade, I was managing every single aspect of a brand partnership and my consulting relationships from start to finish manually. Manual DIYs and making things up as we go along are how a lot of us got our businesses off the ground in the first place. But as a business owner, it's also important to understand when it's time to replace those DIYs with a more permanent and sustainable solution. And that is exactly why I am so excited to be working with HoneyBook to show you how I manage projects and relationships with all types of clients in my influencer business, whether it's a brand partner or an influencer who wants to hire me for a consulting hour. If you don't already know about HoneyBook, it is a centralized business platform where you can manage the entire back end of your business. Whether you're a photographer creating content for brands, a makeup influencer collaborating with beauty companies, or a consultant who's juggling multiple clients a month, HoneyBook is the ultimate platform for managing your projects from start to finish. I've been using HoneyBook for several weeks now, and I've been spending a lot of time testing and playing around with different components on the platform to check out all the different features, because you really do get a lot with your subscription. But for this video, I wanted to spotlight the 3 key things that I'm loving the most about HoneyBook that are already proving to be transformative for my business. Number 1 aligns with the beginning of your client experience, and that is going to be them filling out a lead form. So with HoneyBook, you can create a lead form to get an idea of who is interested in hiring you to perform your service-based work. I recently used HoneyBook to completely revamp my lead form for incoming consulting inquiries, and I have to say it looks so stunning. So let's jump into the screen recording and I'll give you the full tour. Okay, so now we're inside of my HoneyBook and I'm going to show you how I set up my lead form, and this is to collect information from potential clients. So here under the Clients tab, you can go to Lead Forms, and you can also look for templates in their template gallery. So as you can see here, you have lots of different options for templates that you can use to build your own lead form. So these are all customizable, very easy to use. I'll show you the one that I selected, which is this intake questionnaire, is what I turned into my own version of a lead form within HoneyBook. So here is a look at the editor. It is super streamlined and very easy to use. So I was able to add a photo. I was able to add all of these details about what it would be like to work together. And then I'm also able to collect all of the essential information I would need for someone to actually book a consulting session with me. I was also able to personalize this form. So this light pink is actually one of my brand colors. And then after I published this lead form, you can see up here that it says that it's live, and you can toggle it on and off so it doesn't go live before you're ready for people to see it. But then if we actually look at the consulting page of my website, here is all of the information for one of my strategy sessions. And now when people click on fill out an interest form, it redirects them to this. So I love how this lead form turned out. They can enter their name and email and then tell me kind of some of the details just about, where they're based, what their primary social media platform is, all of that good stuff. And then they can add more details about their business and what types of content they create and what their goals are for the call. And then I just pop back in the editor just to show you when someone finishes filling out the form. This is the second page. So it says, thank you for your responses. It lets them know when they can expect to hear from me. And then I also get to share my website, email address, and Instagram in case they need to reach out to me. So setting up that lead form was super easy. And then the next thing I want to do is add a scheduler to that. So once I have confirmed someone is a good fit for a consulting session, we can actually go ahead and book in a strategy session together. So you can see here, I can pick what type of session we're doing, where it's happening, how long it lasts. And I can also have HoneyBook send auto reminders, right before the session or a day before. And then people can select their availability from a calendar within the scheduler. So you can see how it just makes this process so much more streamlined than someone filling out a form and the back and forth emails. And this just puts it all together in one place. So I'm loving how this is looking so far, and there's even more to show you. My second favorite feature of HoneyBook so far is the ability to send and sign contracts. I remember the first brand contract I actually ever got, and I just could not figure out for the life of me how to sign it. Like, they just sent me a PDF that was not letting me fill in my signature for some reason. So I had to write my signature on a piece of paper, take a picture of it, upload that to the PDF, try to put the picture in the PDF. If you have any idea what I'm talking about, then this is something you actually need in your business. Contracts through HoneyBook are secure, it's easy, and it even sends you notifications when your client has viewed the contract and when they've signed the contract. And one of my favorite things about this is you can actually create different templates for different types of clients. For example, for me, because I am sort of a multi-hyphenate business owner who offers different types of services, I actually was able to create one template in HoneyBook for brand partners and one template for consulting clients, because those agreements are going to look a little bit different depending on the type of project. So the way it works is I've set up the contract, and then I can go and insert and fill in all of my little placeholders. For example, I might have, what is the package, and then actually write out a description of the package once I have turned the template into a contract for a specific project. So that template stays the same. There's no personal information for clients in there. It has a lot of different placeholders that I can go and fill in, but I'm not starting from scratch every time I need to send someone a contract. And it just makes me feel so much more organized and on top of my game, especially with clients and especially being a one-woman show business owner. And that brings me to the third thing that I really want to spotlight within HoneyBook, which is the invoicing capabilities. Now, invoicing in HoneyBook is super flexible. You have a lot of different options, and you can even tack on an invoice to a contract. So you can even set it up so that you have these documents that are all kind of connected together, where people will automatically get sent an invoice depending on what the payment terms are in your contract. The automation and follow-ups really are the icing on the cake here, because again, you can set an invoice to go out on a particular date, like on the day that you need to be paid per whatever the payment terms are in the contract, and it will automatically send out follow-up emails for you. And this is so amazing because it takes the awkwardness out of you needing to email and be like, hi, my money, actually, you were supposed to send it to me 2 days ago. Where is it? Because that is just so beyond awkward. Not only is this less awkward for you, but it's also one less thing you need to remember to do. Because I know, speaking from experience, that as a content creator, there are so many things that we need to keep track of. So anywhere and everywhere that we can automate things, we should. So leave me a comment down below and let me know which one of those 3 things you feel like you are currently struggling with or you'd like to work on improving in your creator business. Is it capturing leads? Is it the contract process? Or is it invoicing? Just comment one of those 3 terms down below and let me know. Another huge pro of HoneyBook that I want to spotlight, if you pride yourself on professionalism and consistency, is every template there is actually fully customizable, and you can upload your brand colors and your logos and all of that good stuff and actually set it as the default settings so that any new documents you create within HoneyBook will automatically have all of your branding details incorporated with them. Now that actually really impressed me, because now when I go to create new contract templates or lead forms or things like that, all of my branding, like my cute little logo and all of my colors that you guys I don't know if you notice them like subconsciously when you see my content, but I do tend to use those colors a lot, especially if you go take a look at my YouTube thumbnails. To have all of that in one place and to just kind of present this consistent professional front to my clients means so much to me. And the fact that you can do it just by uploading once and then setting it as the default makes everything much easier. I do think that having things that are branded and tailored to your unique business does help you present more professionally to your clients. And this is something that I'm always encouraging influencers to think about across the board in all aspects of their businesses. One thing that does still frustrate me about this industry is if you're not a part of the influencer industry, if you're on the outside looking in, there are still so many people who look at what we do and don't see it as a legitimate job. And to be honest, I think that is one of the big reasons why having a tool like HoneyBook in your creator arsenal is actually so important. I talk a lot on this channel about how creating systems and actually recording your creative processes helps legitimize your influencer business. And HoneyBook is such a clear tie-in to that for me, because when you create these templates, when you create these documents for your business, it makes it that much more real. Even if the money we get is real, even if the projects we're working on are real, when you're sending it to a client, it's just like any other client who they're working with, and they're able to see, oh, I've got my contract, it's sent in, I just sign it, I send it back. It feels like we're doing real business here. And not only that, but you as a content creator and a creative person who has garnered the audience that you have deserves to spend less time on all the boring admin stuff and more time on what you're best at, which is the creative and the big picture and what makes your content so unique. So think about ways that you can automate in your influencer business. Think about how you can create systems that can support you so you can go do what you do best. And truthfully, HoneyBook is such a great place to start with this. You can use my referral code Austen Tosone for an awesome discount off of your first year of HoneyBook. So be sure to check it out, and I'll leave more details about this in the description box down below. And speaking of taking things off your plate, if you feel like you need more help in your influencer business and you've been considering hiring help or creating more automations, I'm going to share an up next recommendation on the screen all about how to outsource as an influencer for you to watch next. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.